but all I want them to do is eat stuff and produce coal. So as long as they do that, and they will do that even when overcrowded, I don't care. Because I don't keep them for eggs, I keep them for coal production. I might even make one more here. Did you just drop something? Princess Consuela, did you just drop something to the bottom of the shaft? Clay fixed that bloody bug. So there is a bug in the game. Well, it's not a bug, it's just a particular thing that dupes do. If they are interrupted in their action and they're holding something in their inventory or in their hands on the ladder, if that is interrupted, they will drop whatever they're holding to the bottom of the shaft. Which means that at the bottom of every single ladder you will see items piling up. Yeah. Blossom seed, mealwood seeds, that was dropped here. That there is no point for that being here. They dropped that. I believe I have enough fibers to make some carpets. Yes, I have enough to make some carpets. Do I need to make more carpets? No. Do I want to make more carpets? Yes. Why? Because it looks pretty. And it makes them feel cozy. They're happy. I'm a good master. I am a generous god. Okay. Moving on to the next section. Gonna be digging into the slime here again, so I will be putting these just in case. I'm putting them on 6s so that they do it sooner than they do everything else, but not as soon as what their other priorities are. So the farmer will still do their farming thing. Researcher will do the researching. The chef will do the cooking. The rancher will do the ranching. And oh, we have a pip egg. Yay, new pip. I think I'm gonna keep the number of pips to a minimum, to at least like 4. I think that's going to be enough. And do I have more harbor acorn seeds? No, I don't. It takes a while to get a seed from one of these things. One of these trees can only feed 2 pips. It can't feed. I mean, it can feed more, but it's stretching it. 2 pips is about as much as you can eat. You can feed with one tree. So I do want another tree. How much lumber did it make? Already have 3,900 lumber, which is good. Which is good. Not good enough though. We need more. Because we will make a lot of ethanol and then everybody will be drunk. Well, no. Everybody will be putting that into the burner and making power with it. But I'm guessing that the person who is actually running the ethanol burner will be drunk, just from the fumes. We'll keep it. Everything is going swimmingly at the moment. Now there are no problems. Oxygen is good, water is good, food is good, we are good. Excellent. Consumable ore, we have 19 tons of coal. That is quickly running out. we will need more coal. And let me see if there's any coal deposit. Yeah, there are some small coal deposits. Oh, there's more coal. There's a lot of coal here. It's a good thing I'm digging in. There's a lot of coal there. Anywhere else? And there's some coal here, not a lot. Oh, there's some coal here as well. We will have to dig further to see what we can see. I should probably at some point go see what this is. Probably just a room, but it could be a vacillator. Vacillator is a machine that gives you extra skills for your dupes. Hmm. I do have this extra water here that I never even got to use, but at this point I don't even need it. I'm just gonna leave it floating there. In case of an emergency, that's gonna be popped. Okay. Our food situation is very, very good at the moment. Although it's mostly pickled meal. Once this passes 200,000, gonna get rid of these. Even if we need them later, it's not a problem to replant them. But I want to start easing them off the pickled meal as soon as possible and getting them onto mushrooms. Because mushrooms are higher food quality. But I do need more mushrooms to get to that point. If you build yourselves in, I will be annoyed. So don't build yourselves in. Okay, so we're getting close to finishing that. Just a regular copper wire. Because it's cheap and I don't need... Seriously? I don't need anything stronger to get this connected. I will, however, need a transformer here for these things. What's available? Water, 2 tons. Do we need 2 tons of water? Not really. I said I'm gonna... Oh, no I won't. Decrease germ resistance. Biohazardous. However, he has mole hands. And is interested in cooking. On the other hand, we have this who has 3 excavation. Well, he's biohazard, but he's not flatulent, so he will get... And he's called Joshua! Joshua, you got a dupe just by random chance. Now I need to make you a place to sleep. I will take that as that was a sign from heaven that I need to take him into my colony for your sake. So if he screws something up, I'm gonna blame you for it. There. You're also gonna get some pictures so that you're also happy and satisfied and so that you don't rebel and take over my colony. I might even be persuaded to give you some carpets. Might. Making no promises. Other people have been promised carpets before you. Got it? Good. did everybody go? Well, maybe I should make the room for Yeah, Joshua is sleeping on the floor his first cycle in the base because his bed was never made. Yeah, maybe I should raise the priority a bit high so that Joshua doesn't sleep on the floor for the next cycle. Where did you... Where are you sleeping, I wonder? I don't know. I didn't see you. Okay, so we're mostly good on mushrooms now. This is plenty to feed people a lot because you get a lot more calories from mushrooms than you get from meal ice, and you also get more spores from them once they actually start producing food. So they are a lot more efficient than the meal ice is. Also, you need slime to fertilize them, and you need CO2 as their environment. So that's why I always put them in the bottom of the base, where all of the CO2 in the world is gathering at. How is this going? This has been plumbed. Perfect. So we just need to connect to electricity and we'll be golden. Where's the closest cable? Here. There is one going here straight. Potential load is 1210. That could burn up so easy. I'm just gonna make a transformer. Better safe than sorry. Gonna put it up here. Spin it around. I will need some more refined metal. That should be enough. I have 7 tons of iron, so let's make this out of iron. Connect that. Yeah. And then wait for them to make more cable. Well there, Joshua, you now have a little bit to sleep in, so you will not be sleeping on the floor anymore. You also have a pet in your room. That's fine. Somebody make this metal so I can finish this oxygen generator. Come on, come on. Thankfully the temperature here is being still decent. It's always a good idea to put every industrial piece of equipment that actually creates heat in the cold biome. As long as it's not something that constantly runs like a generator, it will cool off quite effectively. You, however, do not want to put something that's constantly producing heat into the cold biome because you will melt it completely and ruin it. Right now, it works as a stabilizer and cools off a lot of temperature that's spreading to the other parts of the map. Okay, time to connect this. And the bridge. There we go. Then we'll see what we did. Well, this will not really go anywhere because I haven't really connected this to anywhere, but I will just to make sure it runs. And then I'm gonna right now this will just create a vacuum here. So as you can see, it is getting all of that out. And the pressure here is increasing and it's decreasing here. I'm gonna block off the gates now. Don't want anybody to go in there now. And when this is built up, I want this to be built up sooner, all of this will be emptied, and then when the water starts coming in, it'll create oxygen, very hot oxygen, which will be then sucked in. It will be blown into here, where it will be cooled off by this thing, and then it will only go out into the rest of the base when it's at a certain temperature. If it's under 24 Celsius, it will be pumped out into the rest of the base. Et voila! And also, because this thing will be running and keeping this temperature at minus something, if I have any place in the base I need to cool, I can simply run a pipe of preferably hydrogen through here like a little radiator and then pipe it through everywhere where I need to be cooled. And that's now working. I'm currently piping out everything that's inside of this room. So currently that's just chlorine, which is good because I don't want to be pumping chlorine into my base. The only problem is there's not enough room in this place for that gas to spread to, so we will make some room. Right now it can only spread to the adjacent tiles, which is this one and this one. Only when it's pushed off of this tile into this tile it can spread further, so it's inefficient. So I have to break all of these tiles to give this thing some room. And this thing is now in micrograms, so it's almost a vacuum. Why is this running out of power though? Yeah, that's what I was fearing. So you can see that with this new load of power, these generators just can't keep up. There's not enough power being made to keep up with it. So the battery is not even being charged. So, for the time being, I need more generators. And of course, onto the automation wire. Presently. Oh, a hatchling. Yes, please. You, please, go where everybody else is. This is already cramped. And this is wired, which means we are making oxygen. Oh, don't tell me that I didn't wire up the oxidizers. Ah. Well, I was an idiot. So now please make those wires quickly. I was being an idiot. Forgot to wire up the things that actually make oxygen, so now they're full of water, but they're not making oxygen. There we go. Now these things make oxygen and hydrogen. And that's now traveling down the pipes. It's hot. Well, not that hot really, because the temperature inside is so low. Which means that this thing won't even have to start for a long time, because it's inside, it's minus. And you can see that the warm oxygen is already cooling by the time it reaches the pump. It's already in a more than decent temperature to be pumped out into the base. I never set up a filter for this. So hydrogen, please. There we go. And you can see hydrogen is going its own way. But if the temperature here goes above 25, then this will activate. For the time being, we're just storing all the hydrogen. And we are making more power. But it's not good. This will create a lot more CO2 as well. I have to find what's entombed. Something is entombed. Oh. I have to find alternate means of power. I usually find a natural gas geyser, but at this point, this time I was unlucky. The map is pretty good, but it's lacking in what I need. So we need to find a natural gas geyser. Hopefully this is one. And this is a hatch. What are you doing here? Digging down also is a way of dealing with the CO2, because it'll sink down. And since I have this on automation, the moment it reaches 100%, they stop, so they don't waste any coal needlessly. Speaking of coal, there's plenty of coal here. I might just go ahead and collect that. No reason why not. Okay, this is now running perfectly, so you can see that this is pushing out oxygen around 10 to 15 Celsius, which is magnificent. That's exactly what we need. So it's time to make that pipeline go all the way to our base. And I'm gonna be making out of igneous rock, and it's gonna go through here. I'm not gonna connect it yet. Let that thing run for now. And we are going to be releasing it here and here. Then we will be able to remove those Wheezeworts. Did I just make everything out of... No, it's I just made these out of copper. That's fine. Okay, I want this to be done. So please. Everybody, this is your priority. I don't want you to eat, breathe, poop. I want you to finish this pipe so that we can have enough oxygen for the foreseeable future and don't have to think about it for I don't know how many cycles. I want to go start looking for a natural gas geyser so we can have more power in the base. I don't know what you are and I will find out. There is a geyser here. There is a geyser here. There is another one here. I'm praying none of them are volcanoes and that at least one of them is a natural gas geyser because that's what I can use at the moment. Actually, a hydrogen geyser would work as well because there is a hydrogen generator. And that also produces 800 watts. So we're praying for a hydrogen geyser or a natural gas geyser. Those are good. Anything else we don't want. We don't want a volcano and we don't want a CO2 or anything like that. Polluted oxygen geyser would work, but I would have to work around it. And it wouldn't give me power, just more oxygen. At this point I don't need more oxygen. This water source should last quite a while. So we should be just dandy. Everything seems to be working like a well-oiled machine. At this point I'm just wasting, well, the oxygen is never wasted, but I'm oxygenating this place when I should be oxygenating this place. What's been flooded. And this is what I was talking about. I will have to let them in to release that water. Open up the door, please. Some of the ice that I didn't pick up melted, and as a result, this building's flooded. I would like you to open up this door now, please. Thank you. Sweep it, and why is that unreachable? Why is that unreachable, mop? If there's door there, you can reach it. Why is that unreachable? Is something blocking the door? That is weird. There's no reason why this would be unreachable. The ladder's here. That's not an obstruction. I guess we will have to do it a different way. That's why it's unreachable. Even if you open up the door, if you don't give the permissions, they won't go in. I completely forgot about that. Thank you for that. You're again forbidden from coming in there. I'm an idiot. Completely forgot about it. Another pipsqueak! Do I want another pipsqueak? Not really. I don't want any of them either. So Pipsqueak it is. Wrangle. I bet you love those pickled meals, don't you? You enjoy them. That's all we have, pickled meals. So our mushroom production is still way, way, way too low. And I'm definitely gonna make another one of these for hatches, because we need to get as much coal as possible for the generators, because it seems we will be running those generators for quite some time. We didn't get to this place yet, so we still don't know what this is. Insufficient igneous rock. Well, it has happened. So time to dig up some igneous rock then. I love the music in Oni. It's very relaxing and very appropriate. Very, very much suits. Dig that up because you need to finish a pipe. Lazy boys. Excellent. Now we can connect that pipe. There we go. And we are now piping to the base. We will deconstruct this because that's unnecessary. And it is a very cool oxygen. So we will remove those Wheezeworts now because they will actually be a detriment at this point. We don't want that anymore because the oxygen coming from there is actually cooler. There we go. By the time it reaches the base, it's around 10 degrees. It's actually cooler than it needs to be, but the temperature will slowly rise because this isn't running, and despite the biome being as cold as it is, it's gonna eventually equalize, and it's perfectly fine for it to be colder because it's easier to warm something up than it is to cool it down. It's around 15, and that will make the base quite cozy. Why is this? Yeah, it's perfectly fine. We have solved our oxygen problem. Oxygen is now being produced continuously. The water source for it seems to be just fine. We will use that water only for oxygen generation and nothing else. We don't know what the active period of this is, but if need be, we can draw backups from here or even here if it's necessary. And in emergency, we can also utilize this. So we have plenty of, there's also plenty of water all over the place. So nothing to worry about there. We can move on. Now let us focus on discovering what these are and do some exploring as well. We will work on our food situation because I would rather them not feed them endless pickled meals for the rest of eternity. And for that we will need to find more mushrooms. So we will dig up the slime slowly and find more mushrooms. More iron here. That's awesome. So it is a steam vent. Oh, can I? I can't use plastic yet. I don't have any oil. Okay, so this is a steam vent. Steam is essentially water. It goes out as steam and then it is water. What does it produce though? Oh, it says steam vent, but oh, hold on. I'm looking at the wrong thing. With scalding steam, yeah. So it runs 500 Celsius steam and it's pretty much constant. So this is actually very good as a power source. And I will use this one as a power source later on when I can make plastic. For now, we're just gonna block it off. So this is a good one. It's just unfortunately not something that we can utilize right away. Because 500 Celsius of steam, I don't have a way of cooling it effectively. And while steam is great for the steam turbine, it is not something I can readily utilize at the drop of a hat. It needs some preparation, so we will close it off for now and we will return to it later when I actually can make steam turbines. I can then pump the, the hot water into the pipes here and use it for steam generation as well. So I can connect those. So it can work magnificently, but I will need a way of cooling it to a point where it can actually not melt the pipes. Because it will do that. It will melt the pipes at 500 Celsius. Well, steel pipe might be working, but I don't know if you can actually make steel pipes. Can make a wolframite. I haven't made any steel yet at this point in time, and I will need another tank for hydrogen. This thing doesn't make that much hydrogen, but it makes just enough to collect. I'm gonna collect one more tank, and then when it collects, I'm gonna run it to a power plant. And essentially I'm gonna make a hydrogen generator connected to it and pipe that into it because I don't need that much. Not from a limited source like this, because this doesn't make enough hydrogen to be a viable power source. Essentially I'm gonna use what's inside of this for cooling if it becomes necessary. And that's it. Okay, so next one is here. And there was also another one here, but I'm pretty sure that this one is a salt water vent. We're gonna check, of course, but since this is a salt biome, I'm pretty sure that's just a salt water vent, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, salt water is just another water source, and with that you can actually make salt and water, so it's good. But I don't really need it. It is a... We're actually gonna see what it is, because it could be a CO2 vent. Oh, there's one more here, and this one is probably... It's in a slime biome. That could be a whole number of things. I'm gonna dig through here and just gonna see what it is. We're actually stable right now, so we don't have to worry about anything else. So we can relax and research. I mean, search through the whole thing and see what we can find. Oh, we have 4 pips. Oh, and the sage hatchling. Those will be broken. We don't need these. And we have 4 pip eggs. We don't need 4 pip eggs. We have 2 grown pips and a pipsqueak. We don't need any more. Not with this amount. Did we get any more seeds for arbor acorns? Yes, we have. Excellent. So first thing I'm gonna do is clean up all of the seeds here, because these little bastards will plant those things before I can act. Should cancel that. It's fine if you plant the arbor acorn. I just don't want you to plant any of these. And we have a printables available. So what's here? Fungal spore, yes please. Thank you. I'll probably need more mushrooms than just this. The point is to get the number of mushrooms increasing and pickled meal decreasing. So the moment mushrooms start increase, actually with over 200,000, I can already construct this. If it starts dropping under 100, then I will build it up back up. But the idea is not to use these things anymore, but to focus on mushrooms and better foods later on. Did this guy tick through? What is this one? Can I get a hallelujah? A natural gas geyser. Perfect, as ordered. Yes, please. Yes. Okay, so we can start mapping this out. So we will turn this into a natural gas vent. There will be some. We'll release the water from there first. We can just release the water here and it'll drop all the way. Yes, that is perfect. Dig that up, please. Release that water. We don't need that water. Also release that water. Natural gas, and it's closer to my power plants. Oh, this is a blessing. I will make the tanks here and then pump it into the base. That is perfect. I didn't know that they can appear in salt biomes. I never had one in a salt biome. They're usually either in slime biomes or purple biomes. I've never had one in a salt biome. I'm happy I know that for future reference, but I didn't know they can appear there. And yes, before anybody mentions, I know they probably do list where they can appear on the wiki, but some things are more fun if you discover them for yourself. This is a nice mixture of waters now. Unrefrigerated food. Why do we have unrefrigerated food? Are you leaving food on the floor again? It's not listed in the... Yeah. There we go. We will probably start to drop food now because of this. And now we have enough mushrooms being grown, at least for the time being. Okay, I would like you to do this as soon as possible so I can plant a second arbor acorn, please. This is working perfectly. And with automation, I don't have to worry about temperatures. This will only kick in if the temperature rises above a certain level, so air coming out of this will always be cool. You learned a skill while sleeping? Okay, what do we want for you? We don't know. What do we want? You are a digger. You might as well be a constructor as well. You are that. You're our operator. You actually like grilling, so I'm gonna give it to you because you're gonna have morale bonus, improved carrying, improved construction, and you like digging, so you're gonna be a digger, and there we go. All of those hearts mean that they get a morale bonus for those things, so they don't use up any morale. Somebody's being stressed. Why is Princess Consuela Banana stressed? What's stressing you out? Holding breath. That's stressing you out? Hmm. I just noticed there's one thing I didn't build yet is the hospital. There we go. I guess it wasn't really necessary since I didn't have anybody seriously wounded yet. Yeah, and they're all on hundreds. Okay, let's clean up this water so we can work this out into a proper tank for storing natural gas. We're gonna put a pump in there, put a filter, because I don't feel like making a vacuum first inside. It's just a waste of time. You just put on a filter and then you filter out the unnecessary gases out. There we go. So this will be the edge. This will be the edge. I guess this high should be enough. I want enough gas to be able to be put in here and spread before the pump pulls it out. There we go, that should be fine. I could do some beautification of the base now. I probably have more than enough elements to build some more statues and some more paintings. Because I don't need any more paintings. Not in any of the critical rooms at least. I do need carpets though. Well, I don't really, but I want carpets. There's more seeds dropped here, and I don't wanna. Those pips are fast. The moment I present them with a farming plot, they're gonna push in the first seed they find, and it's probably not gonna be the one I want. I do need to continue digging towards space, because space will be the ideal dumping ground for the excess CO2. So we do want to go upwards, onwards and upwards, because power generation creates CO2. CO2 is bad when it's in large amounts, and it's almost, oh my god, it's over 2 tons per tile hill already, which means we do need to start worry about dumping it somewhere. You can create like large caverns in which the CO2 will gather. I could do that here. I could just dig a massive cavern here and all of the CO2 will draw there. Another pip egg. 2 pip eggs. We don't need that. Omelets are foods of higher quality, so they're happy to eat that. I do think that we have some hatchling eggs, so we will hatch those. this to be done before anything else. Kind of made a boo-boo here. I will be, in about 10 minutes, we will be ending the stream for tonight. I'm happy that I did manage to finish the oxygen generation. And we did find another means of powering the base, which will let these things go to retirement, because I will replace 2 of these with 2 natural gas generators, which are just better, outright better, in every way, shape and form. But I will keep 2 of them there just because to share the load, so that all of the natural gas, although also I don't know if this one is already active or is in dormant stage, so that will probably not be immediately available. Also, we have some hydrogen that's being piled up here, so I'm going to be utilizing that at least temporarily. I'm gonna probably put that on a shut off or something too, so it doesn't run all the time. All in all, a very, very successful stream. Oh, we got some more printables. What do we get? Suit wearing flatulent? No. Twinkle long gem resistant? No. I'm just gonna take the seeds. Oh, did that? Oh, okay. Let's see if we can get the seed out before reed fiber. Thimble reed. Actually, there is no seed here currently, so I should be safe in doing this now. It needs 1 field. Build this now, please. Yeah, there is currently nothing here, so please build this up, because the pip will plant that seed the moment he gets. No, where are you going? Come back! No! We want this to be done before any other seeds are dropped. Good. Good. Okay, Pip, do your thing. Will you? So now you're refusing to plant a seed. You have a place to plant a seed and you're refusing to plant a seed. You traitors to your own kind. Oh, is he gonna do it? No, he's not. Screw you. Doesn't matter, we did it for you. You traitors to your own kind. But if I left all of those other seeds here, trust me, they would be immediately planting them there and not letting me plant in the arbor acorn. Of course, when I want to do it, no. They're like cats. You can't order them around. Okay, I think this is the perfect spot to finish the stream for today. Well, everybody, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here with me. We will be streaming again next week at the same time. Next Sunday. As I mentioned last time, I will be picking another day in the week to stream as well. And I will be streaming some other game other than Oni for that day. But Sundays will be Oni exclusive, because this is kind of the main game I want to play on my streams. But the other day that I pick will be for other games which don't last as long and can be switched around more often. Thank you for watching me, and thank you for being here with me tonight. I hope I see you again next week. Everybody have a good evening, and I'll see you soon.